Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Joan here, and today's video is going to be about the new Polaroid I-2 camera that came out recently, and I've been wanting to try out this camera since I always saw the hype, especially with all the new capabilities that it has, such as changing the aperture, the shutter speed, the exposure. There's just so many things that you can do with this camera that I understand why the price point is what it is, but also it's the biggest complaint. And so before I invest in anything, I decided to reach out to my friend Dan, who works at BFC, to lend me his camera, and so I could see for myself if I really do enjoy using this camera. So stay tuned and keep watching. Usually my first stop when I want to try out a new camera is one of my favorite coffee shops here in Jersey City called Tree House. And so thank you Noah and to Jen for letting me photograph you, and it means a lot because they were at work, but they always are super nice to just allow me to take photos of them, and then they end up posting it on their social media. When using a Polaroid camera, I always consider the fact that light is an important factor in order to get the best results, at least. And so luckily it was a sunny day when I was using the i2, and another thing that I consider is the distance, and so I try my best not to be too far away but not too close, but at a good distance where it's like I feel that you need to be a bit more closer than further away from the subject to get the best results. And so this is what I came up with. Looking at these results, I was pretty impressed with how the portraits came out. They're really sharp. However, as always, the film is the biggest complaint because the colors are just not as saturated as I wish they were to be. The next stop was photographing at an event called Happy Fest, and my friend Walter invited me to it, and I even got a press pass. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stay for the concert, but in the meantime, I took a portrait that I'm really proud of him, and I even let him take the opportunity to take a photo of me as well.
This thing is dope. Should I take a photo of you?
Yeah. When I got inside the venue, I had the opportunity to photograph a band called Phoneboy. If you're familiar, they're based in New Jersey, and they were kind enough to let me take some Polaroids of them.
Oh yeah, we could just do it at the window.
Yeah.
To call it like easy. Oh, you're saying like up here?
Wherever you want.
Yeah. It just needs a lot of light.
Yeah. Probably be the most likely.
Yeah, I think it'd be there. And then with the LED light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to Walter's crib.
So when things come up last minute and you have no idea where you're going to be or where you're going to photograph, I just have to literally always look for light. And so the closest big window I was able to find is where I decided to position the subjects, and luckily I brought an LED light to just be a backup light in case the window wasn't powerful enough. And even with the LED light, it was still a struggle because, as you see in the results of the Polaroids, it was still a bit soft for my liking, as much as this camera is supposed to have this capability of taking really sharp photos, and I didn't want to use flash, and so I tried my best to stay as steady as possible without a tripod, use the LED light, use the window light, and then be able to take portraits still with the i2. And even though luckily the photos came out, because sometimes it could just be so messed up you have no clue what the results are going to turn out to be, but either way, for me, using the i2 for the first time and not really being a Polaroid shooter, I think that I'm just glad that I was able to even create results with it. And this is a trial and error. I'm trying my best to get better at shooting Polaroid. It's not the medium that I prefer to use. I have nothing against instant film. It's just that with all the different cameras that are out there in the world, it's just hard to just know all of them. And for me, I have an interest always to just capture instant photos right away and then just move forward as if like they're just souvenirs on photo shoots that I do, but I don't really take it so seriously. And now that I know more of the art of what it takes to take a really decent, good Polaroid photo, I'm just now challenging myself to use different cameras such as the i2 and others like the One Step Plus, and just to figure out how I can create better results with the different options that these cameras can now offer than just literally point and shoot and that's it. So far my thoughts on using the i2 Polaroid camera is that it would be a good investment if you're into the medium seriously. However, if it's just a hobby, I wouldn't, because it's just that the price is so expensive, film is so expensive, and if Polaroid invested more into developing and creating better results with their film stock, then maybe it'd be a factor to consider and maybe wanting to get this camera. But as of right now, despite how fun it is to use this camera, I wouldn't invest unless I'm doing this seriously and I'm getting paid a lot of money to be using this camera. Those are my thoughts. It's the end of the video, so don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, it will help me in the long run. Okay, bye.